So greetings of the day, students. I welcome you all to this online session in which I'm going to tell you about the subject, which is machine learning and data analytics using Python. And today we are going to cover the introduction. So basically, in the introduction, I will make you familiar with the COs, the course outcomes. As during the lab class, we have discussed the COs of the lab and also the exercises that we will do, the programs that we will do. Similarly, today, I will introduce you with the COs of the subject, theory subject, and also I will give you a quick review of what will be the syllabus of your subject. So let's start. So as you can see that there are 5 COs, course outcomes, that this subject will cover. So the very first CO, that is CO1, it says that while you are studying this subject with me, this subject will help you to learn the machine learning concepts. So it is explaining you all the machine learning concepts, and what is machine learning, what is the need of machine learning, and why we use it, what are the advantages of using machine learning. So all the basic concepts you will get familiar during the course of this subject. After that, there is this CO2. Okay, so it will guide you about the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning. So machine learning is broadly of 3 types: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. Okay, so during this subject learning, I will make you familiar with the difference, the knowledge of supervised and unsupervised, and then what is the difference, and about the techniques that we can do under supervised learning, which techniques we do under supervised, and the techniques we can do under unsupervised. Also, we will cover the reinforcement learning method and its techniques. Okay, so I think that during your artificial intelligence class also you have come across these two terms, supervised and unsupervised. But we will start again and we will start fresh. So after that, there is this CO3 that is about to discuss about the clustering and classification algorithms. So this supervised and unsupervised learning has so many techniques under it, so many examples. Okay, so some of the examples are known as clustering algorithms and other examples are known as classification algorithms. So these two techniques we will study under supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. Okay, then why we are studying this machine learning? Because at the end we want to do the analysis of the data. I have some data with me and I want to do the analysis, but the data is so huge, it is abundant, it is large. So I, as a human being, am not capable to do the analysis. So I have machine with me who can help me. That machine can help me. So I will make my machine learn things, and then on the basis of that learning, my machine will help me in the analysis of the data. Okay, I can do the analysis of data, but as a human being, I have some limitations. Maybe I can do the analysis of data which has 10 lines of data, maybe 100 lines of data. But if there are 1 crore lines of data, so I will not be able to do it. In that case, that analysis your machine can do for you. Okay, and we will do the analysis of data using Python's libraries. So the very first library that we will do is Numpy. Okay, so I am not diving deep into what Numpy actually is. So when we will start the topic, so I will explain it. Okay, so just I want to give you an overview that as in case of C++, you have array in which you can store data. Similarly, if you want to store data in the form of array, Python has its dedicated library that is known as Numpy. Okay, Py stands for Python and num means that you can store as many numbers or even the characters also. Also, there is one library that is known as the Panda library. Okay, so what is the use of Panda library? As you know that Numpy library is used to store array. Okay, similarly, Panda library we use to export the files. Suppose my data is in the Excel files, Excel. Okay, I have data stored in an Excel file and I want to import that data into my program. And then what I want to do with that data, I want to do the analysis of the data. So how you can bring that data into the program? With the help of what? There is an interface that you are going to use, that is Panda. Okay, so Panda is a dedicated library. You have to import it. And what is the purpose of Panda? It will help you to import or include your Excel files or even CSV files, comma separated files into your program. And why you want to bring these files into your program? So that you can do the analysis on the data that you have stored in those files. Okay, after that, when you have data and you have done the analysis, sometimes we need to draw the graphs. We want to do the visualization that if x-axis is changing, how my y-axis is also changing. Okay, so to implement data visualization, there is one dedicated library that we will study and implement also, that is known as Matplotlib. It is known as Matplot. You are going to plot graphs and it's a library of Python. So basically 3 libraries we will study: Numpy, Panda and Matplotlib. What is the use of Matplotlib? It is used to plot the graphs, charts. I think that when we have done Python, at that time also I have introduced this library to you. Okay, so just to give you an overview, we will learn what machine learning concepts are. We will learn about the different categories of machine learning algorithms. We will learn about the different techniques of machine learning algorithms. We will do the analysis of data by using Python, Numpy and Panda. So Numpy is used to store the data in the form of array on which you can do the analysis. Panda is used to bring your data from the files into the program. And then when you done the analysis, after that, you want to plot the graphs, you want to plot the pie chart, bar chart, or anything like that. So we will do the Matplotlib library for that purpose. So next we will discuss the syllabus. So as you know that your syllabus is divided into 2 parts, part A and part B. So, and this time what this syllabus comes with, that every part has its attached COs also. Okay, so it is clearly mentioned that after covering this part, after covering this much of the topics, you will achieve your course outcome 1 and course outcome 2. It means your course outcome 1 will be achieved. It means your machine learning concepts are now well explained to you. Okay, and after doing it, the course outcome 2 is also achieved. It means you will become familiar with the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning. So as you can see here, machine learning, and it covers introduction of machine learning, what is supervised, unsupervised and reinforcement learning. So it is actually true that your course outcome 1 and course outcome 2 are done. Okay, after that, supervised, unsupervised and reinforcement learning techniques, these methods has its own examples. Okay, so like regression, it comes under supervised learning, right? Clustering comes under unsupervised learning and so on. So we will discuss these techniques. Regression, under regression we will do linear regression, what linear regression is, what's the algorithm and how to implement it. Linear classification, logistic regression. We will study these 3 techniques. Under clustering, we will discuss the techniques k nearest neighbor, decision trees and random forest. Okay, so after doing all this, your CO3 will be completed. Also classification we will do. Classification methods are naive Bayes, principal component analysis. All these are techniques and all these techniques has their algorithms. Okay, and last but not least, we will do the introduction to neural networks also. So your neural network is also a kind of machine learning technique. Okay, so we will done with regression, clustering and classification. And as you can see that these clustering and classification algorithms will cover your CO3. So it is mentioned that after doing all this, your course outcome 3 is now achieved. Okay, so this is your part A, all about machine learning. Okay, so in this part, we will do the detailed study of all the concepts, the algorithms, the steps of the algorithms, and then I will help you with a set of data. I will help you with the implementation also. Okay, in the theory class we will do the implementation, and then in the lab we will actually implement it. Okay, and after that, the part B of your syllabus, if you can see, it's comparatively easy. So first of all, it starts with the introduction to Python programming, and as you people are already well versed with Python programming, so data types of Python programming, these are already clear to you. Operators and the control structures. Control structures means if else, if else, the loops, for loop, while loops, you already know about them. Functions, modules. Okay, so this topic up to this much we have already covered. Okay, maybe I will give you a quick overview if required. Then we will do the Numpy thoroughly. This is a library. I will tell you how you can download this Numpy library, how you can import it, what functions it comes with, how you use those functions. Okay, so here you will do introduction to Numpy, arrays, how you can do the indexing of array. Indexing means every element in an array is at some index, at some position. This is at 0, this is at 1, this is at 2, and this is at 3. So we will do that also. Then what operations you can perform on the array. It means with the help of functions of Numpy. Next, we will do the second library, which is Pandas. And first of all, we will do the introduction to Pandas. Then there is this series. Then you can also do the grouping of your data. You can create a group. Okay, so your data is in the form of table and it is stored in an Excel file. So you are importing that Excel file into your program with the help of Pandas, and then you are making a group. Okay, so suppose in the file there is one column department, and in the department column there are so many departments like CSC, there is MCA, there is pharmacy. Okay, and every department has its own employees. So there are suppose 3 columns: serial number, department name, and employee. Next, what I want to do, I want to do the grouping. This thing you have already studied in your DBMS class also. You are making groups department wise. It means how many employees are from CSC, so it will make a group of CSC department. How many employees are there from MCA? So MCA employees, they will come as one group. And how many employees are from pharmacy? So it is doing the grouping on the basis of department. Data frames we use to fetch the data. As you know that in case of normal variable, you write the variable name and you give it some value. Similarly, in case of Pandas, when you fetch the files, right? So you always give it a data frame name. Okay, for example, I write P equals to, then I will use the function and then I will give the path of the file, Excel file that I want to fetch. Okay, so we will do it in detail. Missing data, sometimes some data are missing, some columns are blank, so we have to remove them. Sometimes we need to merge the columns, we need to join the columns, we need to concatenate them, and what operations you can perform and how you get the input and output in the program. All these things we will discuss under the Pandas. Okay, then Matplotlib. So this thing we have already covered in Python. So plotting, we can apply the markers. So markers means if this is my bar graph, so these are the markers like this. You have seen these markers. If this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and sometimes markers, they comes in the form of bullets. So you can choose the shape of your marker also. Line graph, labels. Labels means if I want to give a label to x-axis, not x but price, so I can do the labeling. To y-axis, I want to assign the label area. So you can choose your labels. You can do the grid plotting, subplot, scatter, bar, histogram. All these are the types of graphs, charts that you can plot. And you can use different functions. For pie chart, there is different function. For histogram, there is different function. For bars, there is different function. So all these things we will do under part B. So let's start with the basic knowledge about machine learning. Okay, so whenever someone asks you that what is machine learning, what is this, what is that, so many ideas are coming in your mind at that time. Okay, but still you people sometimes are not able to explain yourselves that what is machine learning or what any subject is about. This happens with most of the students. They study all the whole subject thoroughly during the entire semester, and by the end of semester, if someone asks you that what is the meaning of their subject, they are not able to justify, they are not able to explain. Okay, but this will not happen with machine learning. So as you can see, it is clearly mentioned, okay, from this picture particularly, that there is this human and there is this machine. Okay, so you can relate yourself that you people are human being, right? And through which you are connected, that is a machine. If you are connected to your like phone, that's a machine. I am conducting this class through my laptop, okay, that's a machine. Okay, so we are human being. In we, for instance, I'm your teacher, I'm a human being, and you are all my students, so we all are human beings. Similarly, machines that we are working right now, we are working on phone, or we are working on the laptop. Okay, so as a human being, what we people say, we say that, okay, I can learn everything automatically from experiences. Okay, so what do you mean by experiences here? Sometimes what happen, just give you an, I just want to give you an example, that suppose you people are friends with a person. Okay, so this is suppose you, and this is your friend, any friend. Okay, you can picturize it that this is you, this human being is you, and this is your friend. And you people are very faithful and very loyal to your friend. You tell everything to your friend. But one day what happens? One day this happens that your friend is going to make a very important decision about his or her life. Okay, maybe he is getting married, maybe she is getting married, and that friend has not informed you. Okay, you are telling him or her everything, but your friend is not informing you anything. Okay, so what you learn from that? So you will come to a conclusion, okay, I am very true in friendship, but people around me, they are not good friends. So in future, if I will make a new friend, I will consider this experience and I will not share every part of my life with that friend. Okay, so it means this friend, through the experience of friendship, has made you learn a lesson in life. So you have learned a lesson. That lesson you will carry forward with you. You will take it with you in the future, and you will try not to do the same mistake that you have done before. So it means from that experience, you have learned something. So similarly, this human being is saying that I can learn everything automatically. It means this friend has not taught you a lesson, but from the experience, you have learned a lesson automatically. Okay, and it is asking this machine, this human being is asking this machine that I am capable of learning lesson automatically. Can you learn also? Machine, it is asking to machine, can you learn also? So this machine is saying that yes, I can also learn. Okay, it means I have the capability of learning also. It means machine can also learn. How it can learn? In that case, it is learning from the past data. Whatever data you are feeding into it, it will do the analysis of the pattern, what kind of data is coming, if the data is increasing, if the data is decreasing, if the number is increasing, and whatever things. On the basis of that data, you can make your machine help learn things. Okay, so it is saying, yes, I can also learn from past data with the help of the technique which is known as the machine learning. So you can learn from your experiences. Your experiences are your data. Okay, but machine needs data. Past data means you give it data first, maybe 1,000 of lines you give it in the form of data. It will cram those lines. Okay, and next time you give it something new, it will try to learn from that past data and give you conclusions. So after the analysis of this whole diagram, so let's read this thing together, and you will see that it will make now sense, more sense. Okay, so we people are surrounded by humans in the real world. We never always interact with the machines. Most of the time we are interacting with the human being. You people are interacting with your parents, okay, with your grandparents, with your friends, with your cousins. So most of the time we are surrounded by human being. And what is the good point about human being? That they can learn everything from their experiences. Okay, so for a human being, uh, the timetable is already set. In the morning we will have breakfast, the lunch time is already set. Close to 2 we will start preparing for lunch, close to 8 we will start preparing for dinner. So everything is already pre-programmed in our brains. Okay, and nobody has programmed it in our brains. We are doing it repeatedly every day, and from that experience we are learning. Okay, next day we will do the same thing again and again. And why this is happening? Because as a human being we have this capability in us. What is the capability? Learning capability. This is inbuilt, this is known as our intelligence. Because of that we are learning everything. Okay, and also we have computers or machines, and these computers and machines can also work on our instructions. So we human beings are superior. We have created machines, we have the learning capability, and using that learning capability we interact with the machines, and now we make those machines understand our instructions. Not only our instructions, we are making them learn things with the help of machine learning. Okay, so they work, these machines work on our command. But can a machine also learn from experiences or past data like a human does? We can learn, but can a machine can also learn like us from the experiences or from the past data? In the case of machine, experiences are represented by past data. So here comes the role of machine. Yes, this is possible. And how it is possible? It is possible with the help of machine learning. Okay, so what is machine learning? So this is a full-fledged definition for you. And if someone asks you what is machine learning, so in normal language you can say that the ability through which you can make your machine learn things. Okay, it means your machine can learn from the past data. That is known as machine learning, like us, like human being. So machine learning, whenever you explain, you always say that it is a subset of artificial intelligence. So students, artificial intelligence is the broader concept. I told you in class of your lab that artificial intelligence is at the top. And under artificial intelligence, it has different techniques. How you make your machine artificially intelligent? By making it learn things. So machine learning is also one part of it. Then there is deep learning. Then there are so many things. So that's why machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. It's a sub part of artificial intelligence. So your definition always starts like this. It is a subset of artificial intelligence. Okay, and what is the purpose? It is mainly concerned with the development of algorithms. How you make your machine learn. How? You will always develop the algorithms. You will create the algorithms. And those algorithms will help your computer to learn from the data. Okay, and past experiences on their own. Now, this algorithm is the only backbone of machine learning. Okay, you supply that algorithm and you give the data. This is your machine. You supply two things to it. First is you supply it an algorithm. It means technique, linear regression, clustering, any technique, classification. Okay, so this algorithm will make it capable of learning. And then you feed the second thing, that is data. And using that data, it start learning things. Okay, on its own because of this algorithm. Okay, so it is a subset of artificial intelligence and it is mainly concerned with the development of algorithms. So main thing is algorithm, because data we already have in abundance. Data is everywhere, on the internet, everywhere. Okay, so main thing is how to create the algorithms, and that algorithm will allow your computer to learn from the data and past experiences on their own. What is your algorithm? Your brain is your algorithm, right? You have your brain with you, and then the data comes. It means experience comes and then you learn. Okay, but for machine, What is the brain? These algorithms are the brain. And when you feed the data, these algorithms will help the machine to think, to learn. So just some more introduction about it. So the term machine learning, it was first introduced by Arthur Samuel in 1959. So every company, every good company these days is using machine learning, and they want students who are very much familiar with machine learning, and the students who have hands-on experience of the implementation of machine learning algorithms and the data analysis. Okay, but can you see that this term is not new, although it is now in market, but it was introduced first in 1959. Okay, so almost 70 years, close to 70 years before. Okay, so machine learning, it will enable a machine to automatically learn. So it means my focus is that your machine is now learning automatically from data. Okay, it has algorithm, you will feed the data, and using that data, it will start learning automatically. Okay, and suppose I have fed 10 lines of data. So it has started learning from that data. Then I have fed it 100 more lines. So its experience is improving. More data, more good learning, more experience. Okay, so it will improve its performance from experiences. So experiences means I am feeding more data. So it will learn from that data. And why it is learning? Why I am making my machine to learn something? When I am making you learn something, what my objective is, so that you can clear the exam or you can get placed in a good company. Similarly, if I am making my machine to learn something, there must be some expectations. I must be expecting something from my machine. So what my expectations are, that after learning from experiences, it will give the predictions. Okay, so yesterday I gave you an example that there are data available in the form of this. There are area and there are prices of house. If it is 2200 square foot house, the price is 555 lakh, suppose. If it is 2400, so the price is suppose 60 lakh. And if it's 33,000, the price is suppose 70. And if it is 4200, so the price is suppose 80 lakh. Okay, so this data, this past data that I have available with me, in which area is given and the price is also given. For this area, this is the price. For this area, this is the price. I have fed this data to my machine. How many lines I have fed to it? 4 lines. So my machine has started learning. I will fed the algorithm also, that we will talk about later. So my machine now has started learning from this pattern. Okay, for 2200, this is the price. For 2400, this is the price. For 3000, this is the price. For 4200, this is the price. So it will make a pattern in its in the form of an algorithm. Okay, so this is the pattern. As the price is increasing, so this is the pattern. As the area is increasing, this is the pattern. The price is following. It is also increasing, right? And